Hey everyone, how you guys doing? Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, consider subscribing. We do a lot of these types of readings as time goes on. It's mostly guidance for the energy that's going to be happening with the Neptune retrograde in Pisces. So I'll just talk a little bit about what this retrograde will do and what other retrogrades would affect it, who it might affect, how it'll behave, so you know how to move accordingly. And then I pull cards for the awakened individuals. Actually, the first pile I'll be doing is the unawakened, those that are in the early stages of their awakening or haven't awakened yet. Considering this retrograde will last about 6 months and some chump change, so it could happen anytime, all right? If you're not sure where you're at in the process, go check out Christina Lopez's 2 videos about spiritual awakening and what the stages are and stuff, so you kind of get a gauge as to where you're at. If you're unsure, I've included those in the how-to videos. I will pull guidance, again, for the unawakened first, and I will timestamp that, just on how to work through this energy during this time. And then I'll also pull for those that have awakened that might be in their purpose as well. Okay, so we'll just get started really quick here. All right, Neptune is retrograding in Pisces, a mutable sign. The shadow side has already begun starting June 14th, so I know I'm a little late doing this video. So for those that the shadow sides will affect, the shadow side started June 14th. But the retrograde itself will go from June 28th all the way until December 4th. And then the back end shadow side should end by December 18th. So we're looking at a good 6.5-ish months of retrograde going on here. Now, when Neptune retrogrades, it's a time when personal illusions crumble down and rose-colored glasses come off spiritually, right? Spirituality, inner harmony, vision become more focused. It's a great time for creativity, not reality, and that's because you tap into your, feminine energy to heal through your sacral chakra. And it's a good time to get balanced when needed, okay, and start practicing that kind of stuff. Your dreams, your insights, your illusions and fantasies, good and bad, light and dark, become enhanced, okay? So be aware of that. Those that are awakened or in their purpose will experience enhanced psychic abilities and more spiritual upgrades. Those that are unawakened will more than likely experience like an ego death, dark night of the soul type of energy, or at least be going through that beginning stage. The void stage is another example of what will get affected by Neptune as well. The other retrogrades that will affect this retrograde are Pluto, where there's issues of control and power, and that'll happen until October 8th. Now, Pluto's retrograde is in Capricorn this year, okay? It's currently happening right now, and it'll end until the 8th, so. And it, too, has a shadow side, so it actually would be the 24th of October? Okay, for those that it'll affect. Also, Uranus will retrograde August 24th in Taurus, and that actually will go all the way until the end of the year. So it's pretty much until the dead end of this whole thing. Uranus is known as the Great Awakener. So chances are whatever energies you'll be experiencing, either directly or indirectly, those in your external or even personal, if it hasn't happened to you yet, mass awakenings will be happening. The same thing happened last year and the year before that. That's just what happens with Uranus. And Neptune will help enhance that. So, along with Pluto and Saturn, which I already did a whole video on, okay? Saturn's in Aquarius, and that too will be happening until maybe the 2nd or 3rd week of November, I believe. If your North Node is in Taurus, or even in South Node as well, because it's a polar opposite, right? The North Node is in Taurus the whole year. Your North Node determines what your soul path and purpose is, so it'd be important to kind of take note of what that's going to do with this retrograde, okay? Chiron in Aries, another. Chiron will be going retrograde July 19th, of course 14 days before for the shadow side, all the way up into the tail end, pretty much when Neptune's going to be done retrograding. And what Chiron affects is your healing and your educational instincts, okay? So that's going to be a big thing to pay attention to during this time and see how the energy goes for you. We also have Jupiter in Aries starting July 28th. The shadow side would be the 14th of July. And it ends in Pisces November 23rd with its shadow side, 14 days after that. I can't do math on that one. I can't even think. All right. Jupiter is all about reviewing ideals, beliefs, and visions. So it's all tied in with Neptune's energy as well. Okay? So let me go ahead and timestamp. And we'll do some guidance. Already pre-pulled. Had a lot to say from Spirit. And we'll be pulling from the masculine and feminine energies. I also pulled from Chakra for some healing, New Orleans for some general advice, Mermaids, and Halloween, because they do a pretty good job covering like spiritual awakening stages and what to do. And then Isis had a few things to say. She's a great cheerleader. So I'll go ahead and start that reading at 6:45. For the unawakened, and then the awakened after that. And you're welcome to listen to both. All right. So for those that are just beginning, you have Umoja with release and Ishel. I'm just going to go ahead and do it like this. It's a lot. Okay. There we go. Your advice from Ishel is reinvention, origin Mayan. Moon goddess of creativity, Ishel is overseeing your reinvention right now, even if you don't see it. If you're feeling called to make a transition, then you have Ishel's blessing. It's a fortuitous time to make a change. Umoja is about release, origin Yoruba. Surrender your weary thoughts to Umoja, and she will carry them away for you. Connect with the loving spirit she is washing over you right now, and feel nurtured when you release what isn't working for you. And our boys, we have Anubis, protection, Apuk, fear. Apuk, fear. Examine your fears. Really, what is there to be afraid of? You are being asked to confront what frightens you. Should Apuk come ringing his bells, fear in all its forms comes into our consciousness. Ask yourself what you're most afraid of. Is it real? What can we do to break the hold that fear has? All these questions must be considered and answered to move forward with ease and peace. On the light side of this card, death for some is still something to be afraid of, whether it just be an ending or an actual death, yet it is a universal that will claim us all. Apuk energy is very much about fear and the hold it has upon us, standing strong against any fear, feeling it, shining the light on it, and confronting it are all lessons from Apuk's legend that we can learn from. It is far better to act in knowledge rather than to wait for fear to hunt you down. Anubis, protection. I'm sorry about the glare there, guys. Grief and suffering are a natural part of life. Know that you are loved and protected at this time and at all times. If you're affected by death, allow Anubis to relieve your grief and suffering. Know that the person or situation that has died has a soul, the person itself, which Anubis is carefully protecting and watching over. If it's a situation, however, just release it. On the shadow side, death is something that will inevitably happen to all of us sooner or later. The fear of losing our life, or even just our egos, of death itself is still very strong. Should our fear of the unknown The fear of death itself becomes so strong that it dictates our life. This is a limiting force. Death is a part of life and should be seen as such. Okay. Now for some healing, I will read all of it, okay? Because these are really good lessons, really good pieces of advice. We have number 22, life purpose. 22 may be significant to you, or 4. And you have spiritual awakening, 29, which breaks down to an 11, which also breaks down to a 2. All right, go ahead and read life purpose. Throat chakra. This is a perfect time for you to manifest your life purpose. It is our birthright to walk our path with purpose, and now is the time for you to manifest your path into reality. What is your life purpose, you may ask? If we are all sparks of the divine love of the universe, here to express love into reality, then it would make sense that your life purpose is to do what you love to do and share it with the world. Take a moment to ask yourself what it is that you love to do. What brings your heart joy? Sometimes there is fear or resistance around your life purpose or what you love to do. Fears such as rejection, failure, not earning enough money, even a fear of success. Fear is a natural part of the process of stepping out of your comfort zone, and it is often created when you hold yourself back. If you are waiting for the fear to subside before you start to do what it is you love, you could be waiting forever. There is a lot in the old saying, feel the fear and do it anyway. It is time for you to dance into your life purpose and to shine your light upon this world. When you listen to your heart and start to plant and water the seeds required to step forward onto your path, miracles happen. Unexpected doors open, and opportunities you could never imagine come your way. When you decide to live your life purpose and walk your own path, the universe is there to meet you with an abundance of blessings. Pulling this card also indicates that you are already walking your life path. It will not always be easy though, so hold on, enjoy, and take the ride of your life. Spiritual Awakening 29, Crown Chakra. You have pulled this card into your reality today as it is a powerful time of spiritual awakening. The whole planet and everything on it is waking up slowly from a big sleep. The ancients called it the time of the awakening. Our hearts are opening and expanding to experience a deeper sense of love and wisdom. This time is an important rite of passage for you, and you are awaking to a deeper sense of your spiritual being. Your awareness is expanding and your connection to the wisdom of the universe is stronger than ever. Sometimes this can be uncomfortable and challenging. However, always remember that through these challenges you have the ability to grow. You are being asked to let go of anything that's stopping you from experiencing this deep connection at present. It's time to discard old beliefs and bring in new ones that support your growth. Make sure to nurture this process by meditating, attending weekly spiritual groups, or reading books that can assist in this powerful process. Your vibration and energy is moving to a more refined state of being, and you are currently receiving divine messages and healing as you deepen your spiritual awareness. This can mark a great time of change, where what you knew to be true is restructured, and a whole new understanding is birthed within you. All good things take time, so be patient with this awakening and trust the process. This card can also indicate that the question you're asking or requiring clarity on has a big connection to your spiritual growth, and the answers lie within this new spiritual awakening. And from the New Orleans Oracle, we have number 2, again, New Beginnings, and 33, which breaks down to a 6, Create Your Reality. Hopefully there's not too much glare. New Beginnings, Lafayette Cemetery, and pictured as number 1. The word cemetery is usually associated with loss and gloom. However, in every ending there is also a new beginning. You have picked this card because within your recent difficulties and endings, there is also a very bright new beginning that is more attuned to your highest good. It can be easy to get lost in counting the ways things have fallen apart, but the universe has already begun piecing together a better experience for you. if you're ready to embrace it. Rather than focus on the obvious and negative, it is time to see how you have been released from what has been holding you back, and to explore all the positive possibilities that have been created by this shift. And I just had a left ear high pitch ring, guys. Alright. Number 33. Create your reality. Dragonfly. The dragonfly is about perception, illusion, and transformation in mental energy. You have pulled this card because you've grown stronger in your manifestation skills, and it is necessary to pay attention to where you choose to focus your thoughts and energy. Think about what you want, not about what you don't want. Has a recent situation not been to your liking and led you to focus on what is lacking, as opposed to what is abundant? There are often triggers that can tempt us to dwell on what we don't want, but when the dragonfly shows up, it's letting us know that we've grown beyond the thoughts that control us. It is now time to mindfully choose what you will focus on as you move forward in your life. The mermaid that came out for us is actually a group of them. Healing. I'm just going to quickly go through this. Set aside the time for self-healing. Welcome and allow healing energy to flow into your life and share your healing energy with others. Part of the healing process is to believe you deserve to be healed and to be also receptive on a subconscious level to healing energies. Now, this might sound strange, but feeling and truly believing that you're worthy of being healed is a huge part of becoming whole again and free from dis-ease. Are you being called to heal another? Have you considered a path in the healing arts? There are so many ways to administer healing. Simply listening can greatly help someone to feel heard, which in turn can lead to inner healing and transformation. Perhaps you've recently completed a healing course. If so, this card is confirmation that it's time to take your healing skills out into the world. Have you been delaying your own healing? Sunlight is a powerful healing energy that most of us have access to fairly regularly. It can make you feel energized and uplifted, so slather on the sun cream and go out and enjoy it in a safe way. Once you prioritize time for self-care and healing, you'll be able to face the world again with vigor and enthusiasm. What are you waiting for? Do it now. And we have dawn, the light after the darkness, and midnight, the most magical hour of all. Dawn. After the darkest times, the sun will always rise. The dawn will always come. This can be no surprise. You are being reminded that there is always a fresh start and a new beginning to be had. Change is unstoppable, and even the most difficult times will pass, no matter how devastating they may seem. Hope is one of the most powerful motivating forces in the universe, and it's being indicated here. Midnight. The dark, it envelops me. The witching hour awaits. True magic and enchantment, and spells that change fates. Allow yourself to relax into the benevolent darkness of midnight. You may feel this is your darkest hour, but know that the light will return again. The dawn always follows the darkest night. Know too that it is important to recognize that we all have darkness within us, just as we have light, and this isn't something to hide from. An advice from Isis for those just beginning or unsure. We have the dark mysteries. Let me get a little closer for you. The dark goddess calls you to her inner chamber, where she holds a test and a gift for you. The test is your willingness to meet and release the fears within that have been secretly holding you back. The gift is freedom, peace, opportunity, and prosperity in all its forms. Will you accept her call? Your time for deeper initiation is here. And we have soul retrieval. Isis, healing goddess, now offers you spiritual restoration and deep soul healing through the art of soul retrieval, reclaiming pieces of you lost through trauma, old and new. Soon you will enjoy greater wellness, energy, and power, so be willing to go through the healing process, knowing that any emotional clearing taking place is leading you to wholeness. Okay, guys. Now, for those that have awakened or are in purpose at 2025. Alright, clear the board. This one will go quicker. We have Changar, Divine Feminine, and we have Eros, Love. Changar, Goddess of the Moon Changar appears before people to grant their innermost wishes and answer their questions. Look within yourself and indulge in some yin or feminine practices. Activities like spending time alone, journaling, or taking a bath to hear her answers. Eros, Love. Step out of the chaos and allow love to direct all. A new love liberates your mind, body, and soul. This mighty God will help bring in love, build trust in existing relationships, and if you dare, prise open a heart damaged by love's lost. With love also comes forgiveness, and this is hard to do when compounded by love's extreme emotions. Eros left. Happily, though, Psyche earned back his trust, and they were reunited. In his form at Eleutherios, the Liberator, he is useful for assistance with freeing oneself from negative beliefs about sex and past sexual trauma. On the shadow side, it's easy to see the downsides of being addicted to love from the outside, but from the inside, the thrill of the chase, the flush of hormones, the rush of adrenaline, the ecstasy of sex itself can all combine to form a powerful addiction. Love is a wonderful thing, but too much addictive love is not. While love can be liberating, it can also cage us. The temptation to misuse the hold we have on others in love relationships can be ever present if we are not truly aligned with ourselves in our highest form. So that could refer to all forms of love too, not just romantic. The chakra, number 27, psychic development. I'll go ahead and put up our New Orleans 27 intuition. Wow, I didn't even notice that. Both are 9s, by the way. Beautiful. 27, psychic development, third eye chakra. You have called upon this card today as it's a powerful time to develop your psychic abilities. Connecting to our psychic awareness is like having an extra sense. People often refer to it as the sixth sense. Everyone is psychic, including you, and now it is a time for you to deepen your psychic abilities. You could possibly have a lineage of psychic ancestors, as this gift can be handed down through your bloodline, as well as past lives. There are 4 main ways we can connect to our psychic abilities: through vision, hearing, knowing, and feeling. And there's more than that too, we've got smell. These senses are like muscles. The more you work with them, the stronger they become. There is usually one sense that comes more naturally to you than the others, and you're encouraged to focus on it. This card is a reflection that it's time to start flexing your psychic muscle to discover new wisdom for yourself and others. It would be a great time to attend a workshop to assist you, read some books, listen to some podcasts, whatever medium suits. Pun intended. Cute. It is time to dive in. As you grow in your abilities, you will receive an abundance of wisdom, love, and guidance to enjoy and to share with others. Pulling this card could also mean that you have been working on your psychic abilities, and you're encouraged to keep going, as the answers for you at this time will come through your connection to your higher self. This is such a powerful time of development and learning. Make sure you take the time to honor and nurture your gifts in this process. Intuition. Intuition is the accurate inner knowing that each of us is born with. If you choose to tune into it consistently, it will become stronger, and it can help to guide you and bring you peace through every aspect of your life. You're being called to ask yourself, what do I feel about this? By remembering to start with that question, it will allow you to understand the difference between what you think and what you feel. Sometimes it is necessary to be aware of the profound difference between the nature of these two things. You are not being asked to completely sacrifice intellectual thought, but rather to combine it with your gift of intuition in order to gain more balance and clarity in your life's decisions. We'll start with the mermaid. Earn an inner knowing. This is the moment to trust your inner knowing. The stage of doubting is over and it's time to believe in yourself. Are you always doubting your intuition? Perhaps you're in denial about something that deep down you know is to be true. Allow yourself the freedom to trust this innate instinct, also known as your gut feeling. Acting on your inner knowing is the correct course of action. Sometimes it might not make sense on a rational level, yet deep inside, at the core of your being, you know that you're correct. This isn't arrogance, it's having confidence in your ability to trust in yourself. When this card appears in a reading, it means that you already know what to do. Perhaps you feel fear or trepidation to act on this instinct. The more you learn to trust this aspect of yourself, the easier following your inner guidance will become. There could be someone around you who is trying to convince you to doubt your own instincts. If this is the case, always remember to tune in before following the advice of anyone else. What's right for one person may not be right for another. Different strokes for different folks. Skull of flowers, creating through the ashes. To blossom and bloom, the work must be done. Through fire and ashes, our fortune it comes. Sometimes we wish for a life different from the one we have, and that can mean radical change. Sometimes to have that new life, everything falls apart to make it so, and that can become uncomfortable. We may lose our relationships, or they may change. We might lose a job, have to move house, or become ill. All big events that lead to a reassessment of the how of our lives. The Skull of Flowers illustrates that there is sureness and yet a rawness to creating again, to starting afresh. Sometimes the universe gives us a blank slate to work from, so we can build what we really want, rather than just settling for less. The Skull of Flowers celebrates not just a kind of phoenix energy, but an energy of success and full bloom through adversity. And Isis's advice. Queen of Heaven. The Queen of Heaven, the divine empress of the skies, acknowledges your feminine authority now, as a man or as a woman. You have a life path of spiritual leadership to bring qualities of mercy, compassion, and wisdom into the world. And I know what this one is. This is a homework assignment. Next level. Chariot of Ascension, Merkaba. It's also known as the light body. A spiritual practice has come, or is soon coming to your attention that will help your soul journey. Take your time to develop and practice your chosen spiritual discipline regularly. This will help you grow in power and grace, anchoring the spiritual light within the body of your soul. That would be about light body activations, guys. That's what helps you connect your whole entire system to your soul star and be able to manipulate your aura to do all kinds of cool things. I've done it many times. It's important. All right, so hopefully that helps you during Neptune's retrograde here. If you do need to come back to this, by all means. I know this is a lengthy one. All right, guys, have a good one.